After the dramatic theft of crown jewels at the Louvre Museum 1 week ago, two suspects have been arrested. The story was first broken by Le Parisien newspaper. Its report said that the men were originally from the northern Paris suburb of Saint-Saint-Denis, and one was arrested there. The other arrested while attempting to board a flight to Algeria from Paris's Charles de Gaulle Airport. Now, 1 week ago, if you recall, the thieves carried out a dramatic daytime heist at the Louvre. That's the world's most visited museum. The robbers positioned themselves at the south side of the building and used a vehicle-mounted extendable ladder to reach the second floor of the balcony window. They made off with 8 pieces, but they dropped the crown of Napoleon III's wife while fleeing. The damages were still estimated at 88 million euros. No jewelry has yet been recovered. 4 men were seen taking part in that robbery, so 2 others remain on the run.
This video filmed by security guards in the Louvre shows 2 robbers leaving the crime scene. They make their way down with a boom lift stationed outside and escape on 2 scooters just seconds before the police arrive. Meanwhile, an alarm is raised in the museum, sending panicked crowds running out of the Louvre. Upstairs, where the burglars broke in, a security guard had just started her shift and describes what happened.
There were 3 of us at that moment on that level of the gallery, and so we saw something very violent. A very violent commotion, the noise. But without being able to interpret what it was, we thought it might be a visitor getting angry. We realized almost simultaneously that it was a robbery. So in a matter of seconds, we evacuated everyone from the gallery, and we closed all the connecting doors so that the intruders couldn't get into the other rooms.
The robbery lasted less than 5 minutes. At 9:34 a.m., 2 men climbed to the first floor. At 9:35 a.m., they broke the glass, entered the gallery, and attacked the display cases protecting the jewelry. This journalist was able to view the Louvre's surveillance camera footage.
You can see on the CCTV footage that the glass case protecting the jewelry was solid. The burglars used an angle grinder, but then were looking for other tools too. And then one of them wearing a yellow vest managed to make a hole, but only after elbowing the glass very hard.
9:36 a.m., 2 security guards try to intervene. They approach the thieves, but then back away, afraid that they might be armed. The criminals continue to attack the display cases.
We see one of them reach in, grab the jewelry, put it into a bag, while the other one is having more trouble, literally shoulder charging the glass case like a rugbyman.
At 9:38 a.m., the 2 thieves flee the gallery.
The jewelry falls to the ground and they pick it up. The thief wearing the helmet literally dives headfirst out onto the boom lift. He doesn't even take the time to step over. He just swings himself over, so you can see he's in a hurry.
And the Paris prosecutor confirming that 2 men have been taken into custody at a press conference. We'll begin an update on that investigation and what's next for the men that are still on the run and the jewels that have yet to be recovered. Jewels that are still on the run.
Good afternoon. This is Afternoon Sky. I'm your host, Sky. I wasn't going to do this story until somebody got arrested, and it's just enough that I can make a show out of it, because I know that I'm in the haterverse, and within that haterverse is, of course, snitching. And that's what these 2 men are going to do. They're going to snitch, allegedly, supposedly, probably going to snitch on the other 2 people. There's four men involved. 2 of them got pinched or found by the authorities. And they're going to talk. They're going to run their mouths. They'll be like, whatever how you say it in French. Excuse my French, but that's what they're going to do. They're just going to talk. Salute to the rebroadcast land. I salute you. Thank you for watching this particular broadcast. Not live, but a little bit later. Appreciate you. Salute to Bumba, first person in the comment section. France is a joke. Here we go, Bumba. No context, no. France is a joke. Why is it a joke? I have to ask Bumba. What makes you say France is a joke? What makes it a joke? What makes a country thousands of years old? America is a young kid, and France is an old man, comparatively speaking. What makes France a joke? France has been in many wars across the centuries. So, I mean, America's been in many wars too, but especially France. France and Spain and England and a lot of other countries have been at war for most of their time. I think France had slavery. If it didn't have slavery, it certainly wanted to have control over Haiti. And then they had the rebellion in what was it, 1804? I think it was. Anyway. The Louvre. Is it Louvre? Is it Louvre? Is it Louvre? France always getting conquered. Well, the country still stands, so they may get conquered, but the country is still a robust Western nation. Makes a few $1 trillion in GDP every year. It's Frankenstein now. Wow, Frankenstein. That sounds heavy. Yeah, the Louvre. As you saw in the clip, that was a French channel, but it was in English, so I thought that was a bit, obviously fitting. So, because I don't understand French and I don't speak French, but I thought that was it went right to the point, and it gave a good models. It had like a animated piece of the heist, the tools that they were using, and the two security guards that backed away like, whoa, we ain't about that life. Hold on. I mean, why aren't they armed? I don't understand. That's weird to me. Maybe they will be now. I mean, I don't think it's the first time somebody robbed the Louvre. It may not be the first time. I don't think so. Let me see something. I'm shooting from the hip. I shoot from the hip. When you see a video, that's the first time I see a video. Usually, sometimes I have to check it for music. I'm looking for it right now. Give me a moment. Talk amongst yourselves. A torrential hawk is neither a torrential nor a hawk. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm still looking. The first major theft from the Louvre occurred on August 21st, 1911, when a former employee, no kidding, Vincenzo Perugia, stole the Mona Lisa. Perugia, motivated by a belief that the painting should be returned to Italy, walked out of the museum with the masterpiece hidden under his coat. The painting was recovered 2 years later in Florence. Wow. So I guess you can say that they pee. I'm not gonna try to say the word, but you know what I mean. It sounds like hussy, sounds like pushy. But that's they seem like that. They seem real soft. Like if they're allowing people to do this every few years or a few decades, I mean that's just embarrassing. They should be embarrassed. They should be embarrassed. And these two suspects, they will sing like a canary on a stool pigeon, on a stool. They'll sing like canaries, like stool pigeons. It's a mixed metaphor of birds, but you understand what I'm saying. They're going to talk. They're going to say, "Well, it was him. It was him. We hashed out the plan 2 years in advance. We were just going to go through." They showed the ladder. They showed a ladder going up to the second floor. They had the tools in hand. They had like some kind of saw that bit through the display case, and then they just punched the display case. I don't understand that either. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. This is probably an inside job, allegedly. This is allegedly an inside job. Somebody was, put up for it. Somebody got paid off because it's too clean. It's way too clean. It should have been a lot messier. It should have been, maybe it was kind of messy, but it should have been messier. They just got off scot-free. Are you kidding me? I'm glad these two people got caught. They're thieves. They're low down, dirty, rotten, nasty, disgusting thieves, and they deserve to get time in prison. They deserve to show how evil their actions were. This is part of the game. It's part of the issue. So, Bumbo, are you still there? It's Frankenstein now, okay? But yeah. So these snitching. That's all I can say. Let the snitching begin. These are the snitching games. These are the games we play. These are the names we say. But it just it was in my mind this last week. I think it was like on Saturday night or in the Sunday morning or something like that when it happened. I think it was like a week ago. And I'm just like, really? Again? And I'm just saying, how do they do this? I think we're about to find out, though. I really do. I think we're about to find out. We're gonna see if now we got 3 people in here. People are getting the notifications. Been going on for how long? 13 minutes. Got 3 people in here. I can imagine that they're going to be, in for a rude awakening, and probably get, good chunk of time just to show how law enforcement, wasn't on their game. The personnel at the museum wasn't on their game. And they couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle the fact that, these people, these miscreants, these brutes could ever challenge the authority of the Louvre. How that's the thing too. We gotta be having a consensus how to pronounce this thing. I think it's Louvre. A lot of people are saying it's 1 syllable, but it's in fact 2 syllables, I think. Hail Satan, brother Scott. Where does that come from, Bumbo? What are you talking about? It's always Hail Satan, but I like to use Lucifer. Satan just means adversary or enemy. That's all that Satan means. Lucifer means light bearer, one who enlightens. So we definitely have to make that distinction. It's referring to the same person, I think. Same entity, same deity, same whatever. Made up mythological figure. I have the mythological. This guy doing his nails. I am. I'm clipping my nails. They're getting long. Hate my nails get long. He's got the nail polish out. I'm not polishing my nails. I'm clipping them. But the Louvre, the most visited museum in all the world, the most lax security system. I mean, it's 2025. Somebody had to know something. Somebody knew something. Inside job. That's what I'm saying. Allegedly, they had to let them in at a certain time. I mean, it's just too glaringly obvious to me. It seems glaringly obvious. Yeah, Beelzebub. That means the Lord of the Flies. That's the Lord of the Flies, Beelzebub. Lord of the stinking things that stink and are nasty and rotten. That's Beelzebub. That's where you get the title Lord of the Flies. Because anything around, what flies hover around. I'm not going to say the word, but you can fill it in if you want. Yeah, Beelzebub. But I don't know where are you going, Bumba? Where are you going there, sir? Why are you talking about Beelzebub and Satan? What are you saying? It's Sunday. You're supposed to get your praise on. Praise the Lord Jesus for saving your sins. Saving you from your sins, excuse me. That's the whole point of today, I'll get into that later on in the show. But today, the Louvre the Louvre is looking, they had to be embarrassed. This is just disgusting. It's a shame. It makes zero sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. And they know it. I'm talking about the honest people at the Louvre. They're probably like, you know what? I can't believe this actually happened. Are you serious? Millions of dollars in jewelry. They dropped the crown. They had a crown. One of the king's crowns. I can't remember which king they said. One of the king's crown was left behind during the heist. So they were messy. They were kind of sloppy. They got sloppy. And I didn't see anywhere else. I'm just cruise through. Pause. The other channels. Let's see what CNN has.
Breaking now, an international manhunt underway after masked thieves stole priceless jewels from the most famous museum in the world, the Louvre. Still shuttered after French crown jewels, literally, including a sapphire tiara and an emerald necklace set among 1,000 diamonds, were taken in a wild 7-minute heist on Sunday. Only 4 of those minutes were spent inside the museum. The rest was getting in and out undetected. You don't do that without prior planning.
Exactly. She said it best. You don't do that without proper planning. So they probably scoped that museum 10 to 20 times over a period of 4 to 8 months, probably. I don't know. I'm just guessing. This is all conjecture. This is all alleged. Let me see another one. Let me see.
This is a stunning theft that.
Where the hell is it? I keep getting this stuff from like 6 days ago. Where's the new stuff? Okay, here we go.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox, and we have yet more breaking news to share with you on this Sunday. The suspects involved in the jewel heist at the Louvre Museum in Paris have been arrested. Taking a live look here at the Louvre, as you can see several visitors just outside of the museum there. And I do want to just reiterate everything that we know so far, because this has been going on for about a week now. I believe it was last Sunday that we brought to you the breaking news that the heist had gone down in the first place. The Associated Press saying this, that suspects have been arrested in connection with the theft of crown jewels from Paris's Louvre Museum. That's according to the Paris prosecutor and what he said on Sunday, a week after the heist that stunned the world. The prosecutor said that investigators made the arrests on Saturday evening, adding that one of the men taken into custody was preparing to leave the country from Paris's airport. The French media BFM TV and Le Parisien newspaper earlier reported that two suspects had been arrested and taken into custody. Paris prosecutor Laurent Bacou did not confirm the number of arrests and did not say whether any jewels had been recovered. Thieves took less than 8 minutes last Sunday morning to steal jewels valued at 88 million euros, or $102 million, from the world's most visited museum. French officials described how the intruders used a basket lift to scale the Louvre's facade, forced open a window, smashed display cases, and fled. The museum's director called the incident a, quote, terrible failure. Now, the prosecutor there saying that investigators from a special police unit in charge of armed robberies, serious burglaries, and art thefts made the arrest. In her statement, she ruled the premature leak of information, saying it could hinder the work of over 100 investigators and, quote, mobilized to recover the stolen jewels and apprehend all of the perpetrators. Prosecutor is saying further details will be unveiled after the suspect's custody period ends. The French Interior Minister praised the investigation and the investigators who have worked tirelessly just as I asked them to. That is a direct quote from him. He went on to say, and who have always had my full confidence. The Louvre reopened earlier this week after one of the highest profile museum thefts of the century stunned the world with its audacity and scale. The thieves slipped in and out, making out with parts of France's crown jewels.
Well, there you have it, kids. There you have it. They made out with the Princess Crown jewels. But they're going to talk. They're going to run their mouths. They're going to speak. They got to. What are they going to do? Like, oh, well, I mean, we tripped, fell, and landed in the Louvre with over $100 million worth of materials. It was an accident. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know what was going to happen. No, they're gonna tell you the exact details. Look, this is how it all started. It was him. He was ahead of the whole shebang, the whole process, the whole scheduled robbery, and we just followed in suit. I just was like, hey, look, I just want to do this. I'm saying all this exactly in alleged terms. Please don't take this as literal. I'm saying all this allegedly in response to that clip. So I just see them doing it because there's so many questions. So many questions. It's been a week. Why are they still using just glass? Are they trying to tempt people to do stuff like this? They should have shatterproof glass, like bullet, like 2 or 3 inch thick glass, or some kind of well-made glass that makes a hammer or whatever or something just bounce off of it. That's embarrassing. I mean, it's almost like they want to get robbed. It's like, if you want to come in here, you can just take whatever you want. That's my terrible French accent. Saluve, moule. It's more Creole than French. I know the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 1 through 10. That's all I got. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, H. Is that Spanish? That might have been the Spanish alphabet. I don't know. But this is definitely a black eye, and no black guys. Nope. I don't think near one of them is black. Chugga chugga cha, chugga chugga cha. Max Vision film says. Hey, Max Vision Filmins. Honey. Salute to you, sir. Welcome to the room. Make sure you hit that Cash App and that Venmo. Make sure you hit the Venmo, I guess. The Cash App didn't appear. I don't know what's going on with Cash App. But yeah, they soft. They're soft. They're showing that they're soft. Salute to you, sir. I see you. I see Max Vision Films. That's an awesome name, by the way. I have to give you your props for props are due. Max Vision Films, like that. That sounds official. I'm not glazing you. I'm just trying to tell you, just respectfully. That's a good name. I just want to acknowledge that. But these men, they're gonna rat. They're gonna rat. They have to rat. What are they gonna do? They're probably looking at 20 to 30 years behind bars, at least. $102 million, a complete black eye, and a complete embarrassment for the most visited museum in the world. Super tourist attraction. Did you see the trailer? Is this a joke? Did you see the trailer? The trailer for what? Did you see the trailer? I don't know if I saw the trailer. I don't know what trailer you're referring to right now. But they're gonna rat. They're gonna rat. They have to. Our new movie, Ding Dong Ditch. I did not. You have to send that to me an email. Send it to me an email. Send it to me an email. Right there. Bet. Okay, so we have an issue on our hands here because this is Caucasian embarrassment. These men involved in this thing, I highly doubt they're anybody other than white men. Highly doubt it. The black man doesn't have the mental capacity to carry out a heist like this. I'm just kidding. The yellow man is too calculated to do it. The red man is, too focused on not harming cows. The brown man is worried about ice coming through. See, that's the thing too. We could have different situations come out in America. Our Smithsonian museums. People might get, they might get, they'll feel some type of way. They'll look at, the African American museum and be like, I don't really want to, I don't think I can pull a Cadillac out of there. I don't know if I can pull some hair grease or whatever the hell they got in there. I don't know if I can pull a chicken bone worked all the way to, or a rib worked all the way down to the bone. Whatever the hell they have in there. So, yeah, they're definitely gonna sing. They're gonna be singing. That sad song. Oh, but we actually wanted to do. We're actually gonna do a benefit for the museum, but we were like, we don't have enough time or we don't have enough resources, so we just, backed the truck up, went up the bucket ladder, and just did our thing. I'm just, once again, it's all legend. I don't know what the hell they're gonna say, but that's weird to me. It's very strange. It's very, very goofy and off, and just everything that it isn't supposed to be. Museums like this should, the Louvre, the Louvre, the most famous museum probably of all time, not even just in modern times, but in all times, top 10 at least, definitely top 10 most famous museums ever. and they were embarrassed, and these two suspects are going to sing. That's how I see it. Okay, we're at the halfway out of the hour. It would appear to me that we should understand each other better. That's the problem. What I need from you is understanding. Can we just communicate? We have to understand each other. I'm out for the money. I'm here for the cash, the dollars, the Skrilla, the ducats, the butters, the cake, the cash, the chickens. No, I just woke up from a nap. That's probably why. Max Vision says, Sky, you're talking like you've been drinking moonshine. What's all the slurring about? Hey, I just woke up from a nap. I was just like, hey, I better do a show. So I said, yeah, let me do a show. But, I just want to spend this half an hour talking about my my plans for the future. I really want to team up with Max Vision Films because I don't want to do. See, everybody's like, you got a podcast? You got a podcast? You got a podcast? I always say broadcast because there's no such thing as podcasts anymore. Nobody uses podcasts anymore, so it's a kind of a misnomer. It doesn't have the same effect anymore. So I just say I'm a broadcaster. But anyway, along those lines, I would say that I want to be a filmmaker. I want to write scripts, produce them, film, different actors and scenes and stuff like that, edit it, and then send, have it finished, have it realized. I think Max Vision Films has that capacity. It'd be great to hook up with him. Pause. Listen to podcasts on my iPad mini. No, you're not, Boma. Shut up. Shut up, sir. You just trying to be funny. He said, I'm listening to the podcast on my iPad mini. You're not listening to iPod, no podcast on your iPad mini. Stop the cat. Stop the cat on your iPod mini. This nigga. This nigga wildin'. But yeah, so I think it's like it's so over. I mean, because it's economically it makes sense. You get low production costs. There's no overhead. All you gotta do is have a microphone and sometimes the video. I choose not to use the video. I knew it. See, Bum. I knew you almost had me there. Almost had me. He said, well, I'm surfing MySpace. Exactly. And Friendster. Does anybody remember Friendster? Out there? If you remember Friendster, you old as hell. You old like me. Friendster was like crazy. But I was going to say Black Planet as well. Black Planet, Mi Gente, all those social networking sites that were way before their time. Way before their time. But no, I have a vision. I want to make enough money. I'm skipping all over the place. This is how my brain works, though. Like I'll use one word and jump off into another tangent. But everybody's like I said with the broadcast. People are saying, well, I'm doing a podcast. Woo-hoo, like everybody else, there's tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people doing podcasts. And there's people that are established in the industry of entertainment. Amy Poehler, what was it? Adam Carolla, and of course the juggernaut of mostly podcasting is Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is like the super reigning supreme figure. I think there's other people with more views and more subscribers than him, but he has one of the best platforms for discussion. Even Bill Maher, He's got his own show, Club Random. So I get it, and it makes sense, and they do good. There's production value. There's for the people that are way up there, they have good production value. They have editing. They have processing. They have better camera systems. They have better lighting. They have greater sets. But I want to have that in a movie. I want to have enough money to build my own studio. So it's not like, oh well, we can't let that movie, you can't let that show get passed. That show can't get greenlighted. I greenlight my own movies like Tyler Perry and 50 Cent and Cat Williams. So I just really am amazed that people aren't doing this already. Like, what's her name? Reese Witherspoon. She's got like I think something like $800 million or $900 million. I think last time I checked. Let me check again. Hold on. Reese Witherspoon. She's worth $440 million. She's a producer and an entrepreneur. She has her own production company. She gets to greenlight herself when she wants to be in a movie. There's Elizabeth Banks, Effie Trinket from the Hunger Games movies. She has her own production company. She does game shows and movies that are really wild. Like she has like a playful spirit to her. She gets messed up though. She got messed up. She was at the award show one time. And she was looking at she was talking about how male directors don't have female leads. And she was saying how Steven Spielberg, she was like chastising him and trying to go against him and saying like that in that kind of voice. And people, she was saying how he never had a woman protagonist, and everybody was like, "Color Purple, Color Purple." And she was like, "Right, you that's true." Like she had to eat her words because she was trying to come at him, but she didn't really do her research. May have just been one of the only times. I think he had like maybe 2 other times or something like that, maybe in his career, but still, he did have some. She acted like he had no female heroes in his movies. No lead female heroes. The actual protagonist, the actual main heroine of the show. But that's what I want. I want to have a space. I want to have a field cleared somewhere in Kent County or Sussex County, Delaware, and just make movies. Just make dramas, kids movies, serious, comedies, that's all I want. I look forward to that. I'm gonna get there soon. I'm gonna get there. With every ounce of my strength, every dollar I put into my bank account is gonna go towards building that up. I need at least $1 million. I'm trying to get to like $200 million to $500 million, and just have my own lot, like acres. That's what I want to have. I want to have acres worth of land set aside for my filming ambition. And that's what I think is really cool. I think that's really cool. Anybody that has that, I mean, all these podcasters, I get it. You talking about last night? Welcome, Wizard. Wizard's in the room right now. Wizard is definitely in the building. How do you guys feel about No Limit? No Limit, I don't know, but it was a shame to see. I think BG was the one that carried Cash Money on his back. Yeah, he did. That's true. But you're going a lot of places here. Was it? Let's stay on the topic that you asked. How do you guys feel about No Limit? Are you talking about from last night's verses, or are you talking about just in general? And yes, Prince. Wizard says Prince had the perfect fortress. Yes, Paisley Park. Paisley Park was a great place. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. Like I said, I have writings that are in the clip or in the magazine, and they're ready to be fired, but I just want to make sure I get the right amount of money for those efforts. But yeah. Okay, last night. Okay, so from what I saw, it reminded me of the Dipset Locks kind of battle. No Limit was Dipset. Oh, excuse me, the Locks and Cash Money was Dipset. And it was really weird because they played a Millie, and Wayne wasn't there. And I know you're gonna say, oh well, they played For My Niggas, and obviously C Murder wasn't there. He's in prison. But I can only see that. That's all I can see it as. That's how I call it. I would call No Limit the winner, but Cash Money seemed like they were just bouncing back, getting drunk, and having fun. But no, Master P came out. He had the hoodie on. He had the hat. He had the rhinestones, I guess, in the shirt, something like that. He was going at it. You want the Big Daddy? I mean, a big tank. Soldiers salute you. Cast me to make them say, I came in also off of. When they had that, I was like, it's a wrap. We know he bowed about it. When he said, we bowed about it. I told you, Master P, my favorite artist of all time. Favorite rap artist of all time. I'll give you my top 5. Top 5. Number 5 is Big Boy of Outkast. Number 4 is Malice of the Clips. Or Clips. 3 is Jadakiss. 2 is Twista. Number 1 is Master P. Those are my top 5 rappers of all time, dead or alive. That's off one on P. Top 5. I remember this going back, maybe before what Jay-Z even said it. Master P said, I'm really like the Michael Jordan of this thing. He said that. He said that to himself. I respected his gangster because he said it, proudly. He said it was like without reservation. Worst top 5 I've ever heard. Give me a stronger top 5 than that. That top 5 is strong. I can quote most of their lyrics and break it down the reason why I say they're in the top 5. He gonna say the worst top 5 I ever heard. Who was your top 5? Silk the Shocker, number 5. Number 4, Vanilla Ice. Number 3, Riff Raff. Number 2, do the Insane Clown Posse, don't they rap? I guess you can count them all as a group. One of the rappers from them, number 1, let me see, who's the worst rapper of all time? Maybe I put Vanilla Ice too low. He's probably number 1. He's probably the wackest rapper. Yeah, he's probably the wackest. Wizard, you can't do any better than that, though. You can't. You're not gonna give me You're not gonna give me a list of 5 rappers right off. That should be. And I love how he says worst top 5 I've heard. Why is it your worst top 5 have you ever heard? What is the reason behind it? What is the issue? Why aren't you saying those are okay? I can respect that. Why aren't you saying that? Why aren't you saying you're saying the worst top 5 I've heard? Okay. you've ever heard or you've heard today. I don't know what you talking about. But yeah, back to the podcast and the broadcast. I just like what 50's doing. I like what Cat Williams is doing. They're branding. They're making brands. I'm making the potential. Okay, yeah. That's like the standard pack. Honestly, I really do like these rappers, and I respect yours, and I wouldn't go against them and for different reasons. I like all those. I can break down your list. I can say Pac, one of the most versatile rappers ever to come out of the womb of hip hop. Nas, the street poet. Biggie, the bombastic, strong lyricism and storytelling. Jay-Z, just all the way around, excellent. Lyrical dexterity, presence, mystique, just overall, strong ability on the mic, impact on the culture, impact on how you put out albums. Drop 8 albums every one each year in succession. And of course, Slick Rick, one of the best storytellers of all time. Some of the best, I'm the best, ever to do it kind of mentalities. You called, other rappers crumbs. Like he's special. Slick Rick is the truth. All of their music gave me game in life. Not a fan of J characters. What do you mean J characters? And Big was lazy once he gained fame. He should have gave us more music. Yeah, he probably would have given us more music if he wasn't pop, 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 pop. If he didn't get them things, sent through him, he probably would have more music. And if he had gotten away from Diddy. See, that's the thing. I think he was in the process of getting away from Diddy at the time of his death. Allegedly, he was trying to get onto another label or start his own label. I think he was starting a clothing line for big and tall. Excuse me, goddamn, big and tall guys. He had a whole list of things he wanted to do, but sadly, he was taken away from the earth or our life in itself. I don't think Biggie would have been a rap superstar. You have to remember he was a battle rapper at first. Puffy helped him in the transition with those samples. True. That's true. But there's something, Diddy is Diddy. And he may have said something to Biggie. Biggie was on some other type stuff too. He was taking the Richard Pryor line. Girl looks so good, I suck your daddy. Yo, hey, whoa, where we going? Hold on. And also he said Big B the Merciless, on niggas press their luck and they get a butt effing. Straight up the A raw dog with the rash, and I don't F with the condoms. The condoms is a problem from the A's getting sprayed. If I was P, I would have been syphilis, herpes, and gonorrhea, chlamydia, getting rid of you. Like that's Biggie. That was Biggie. And he was with Mr. C, who admitted openly that he liked, the company of chicks with a tool. Yeah, he had some wild lyrics. He had the take your kids, F them in the A, and throw them over the bridge. I was like, God damn. He goes in. Pause. No Diddy. That's what I meant to say. Ayo, no Diddy. I'm trying not to say pause. Ayo, no Diddy. Yeah, he had he had those lyrics. That was wow. But he was nice. He obviously was nice. He was nice on the mic. He was nice as a flow maker. He had one of the best flows. He had some of the most enduring, storytelling capabilities. That was enjoyable. But I stand on my top 5. I mean, what part was the worst? Who's the worst part out of that? And I can break it down to the reason why they're not. They're probably the best. I'll break it down to you, Wizard. You let me know about my list. I'll put it down like this. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. I see what you're saying. I'm typing it out though. I'm trying to see what happens. Just trying to figure out something. Hold on. No, he is not. No, sir. No, sirree. No, 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 no. He is not a novelty rapper. Go through his raps. Go through his bars. They're tight, and he's sophisticated enough to rhyme within the beat and within the bass line. Not many rappers can do that. He can rap within the bass line. I don't think Jadakiss has a good album. I think that's probably true. But I just like his presence and his lyricism. His lyricism can't be touched. But I put him in the same category with Fabulous. Fabulous, the same thing. He doesn't have those classic albums. Like they don't have masterpieces. But just as rappers, that's why he's in my top 3. Fabulous is probably my top 10. Twister is no, Twister is the truth. Like I said, he can go inside the melody, he can go inside the bass line, he can slow it down, speed it really fast, and then your ear catches it. You're not going to rap along with him unless you memorize his raps. And just look at slow jams. Just look at how he flipped it. The rim still spinning, so bump a little spinners. Like, come on, that's put you in a daze with Maze. You ready for the world, girl? Come on home me. And let me like Jodeci. What? And I can't remember the words, but I just give you the tune. Do on popping tags. Then he's on the Champions remix. I mean, he's great. Twista's great. He's not a novelty rapper by any stretch of the imagination. No way is he a novelty rapper. I see why you would say that's because he raps fast. Like that's the only thing he can do. That's all he's known for. And Big Boy say some corny-ish to me. Honest with you, like say one thing that's corny. One thing that's corny is BOI, by the way. Big Boy is the radio DJ. Say something that's corny. He reminds me of Black Thought in a lot of ways. They have that they channel like a specific details of different aspects of life. Big Boy is the truth. I don't care. He's not number 1. I understand what you're saying with the corniness, but I wouldn't say it's corny. Any decisions been Any mini decision with precision. I pick or make my selection on who I choose to be with. Girl, don't touch my protection. I know you wanted to slip, but slipping is something I don't do. Bumble, Dylon. Top 5. I think Bumble beat us both, Wizard. Dylon is the greatest rapper of all time. And then also, when I met her at a party, she was hardly acting naughty. I said, "Shorty, will you call me? Shorty, will you balling? Oh, you sound like one of those freaks. Get the site of an ATM receipt or something like that." Like he just goes off on the mic. Slow your words down, or when you're starting to slur, respectfully take your time. Pause. Hey man, I know. The sleep still got me. I don't know. Still trying to wake up. I need to hit a line or something like that. No, I'm just kidding. I need a Four Loko. Oh my god. Last time I had Four Loko, it ended up all over the kitchen floor. It was messed up. It's AO now. We're not using pause anymore. We're using AO. Coffee, yeah, coffee. Caffeine or the cocaine? Yeah, the coca leaf or the caffeine bean? The coffee bean. But I can't do coffee. Got too much caffeine in it. Adderall? I don't take Adderall, no. I got everything to calm me down. I got mood stabilizers. I can't be bouncing off the walls like I used to. But yeah, those are my top 5. I mean, in relationship to what I was saying earlier about the podcast. Everybody's got a podcast. Everybody's got their own. Mr. Choice of Terrain, Dr. Jerome Brook. They know something that I don't know. Or it's glaringly obvious. It's one or the other. I think that if you really look at how people like Tyler Perry, 50 Cent, Cat Williams, all are doing humongous leaps. It's something that should have happened already. It's hard to say because you still have to go through audition processes. You still have to do this. I'm looking up Cat Williams. His land purchase. Cat Williams purchased a 117-acre former military base in Alabama to convert into a film studio. Hello. The property includes over 30 buildings and 3 million square feet of indoor space, according to a post on Instagram and other reports. He has already begun developing the site, and a city official confirmed plans for him to come create a new production studio there. That's what I want. Let's see 50 Cent land purchase. I think it's in Baton Rouge. 50 Cent, whose real name is Curtis Jackson, owns Shreveport. Excuse me, it's not Baton Rouge. It's in Shreveport. Properties in downtown Shreveport, Louisiana, has invested over $2 million in the area. His investments include multiple buildings and vacant lots along Texas Street, Commerce Street, and Spring Street. And he plans to develop them into mixed-use properties, including entertainment, retail, and housing options. This is in addition to leasing to a building at 300 Douglas Street to create a G-Unit Studios. So he's not really looking for specifically a film studio, but he's doing real estate and other ventures that go along with that. And of course, the juggernaut, and billionaire. $1.4 billion. Tyler Perry has made several significant land purchases, most notably acquiring 330 acres of Fort McPherson in Atlanta in 2015 to build Tyler Perry Studios. He has since expanded his presence at the former military base, purchasing 37.5 acres in 2022 to expand the studio further. The expansion plans include building an entertainment district with shops and restaurants. Additionally, Perry has purchased other properties, including a large 1,200-acre plot of land in 2018. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. Get the land. Get the money machine in your head. Get the mindset. Oh, I have to get on another boat. I gotta get on a boat. No, make your own boat. What are you getting on his boat for? What are you getting on her boat for? Make your own boat. They could purchase the land, but you're going to need a loan to build on it. Unless your money long like hundreds of millions, and even then people still don't want to put up their own capital. That's facts. What happened with Tyler, the creator? People calling him a coon. Oh, because he was erasing black. He was saying he had black anti-racist. Well, excuse me. Let me slow down. He had racist ideas on his Twitter. I'm trying to remember what exact one was. He was just like, he was saying something that was really racist, was really baller, really cool, and he was trying to erase it, I think, or something like that. So they were calling him a coon. I can't remember what it was. Maybe I can find it. So I think that if he cleans it up, he'll probably be the best lyricist of his generation and probably the best rapper of his generation if he's smart enough. Hey, that was the show. I appreciate it, and I will see you at a time that is later. maybe in the evening. I'll see you soon. Take care.